baby, I'm on a baby with lines and hair. All I can tell you is, brother, you have to wait. Don't you know it's gonna be? Happy Thanksgiving, everyone, from Funny Side Up. I know it's a day late, but I thought I would share with you a holiday recipe that you could even use for Christmas or any other holiday that you celebrate that usually has stuffing as a part of it. It is 2 days before Thanksgiving, and I'm getting a head start. I'll assemble part of it and then finish it on Thursday. Ingredients you voted for were fennel and brown butter. It really challenged me, but it also made me come up with what I think is a really creative and potentially delicious recipe for stuffing. Well, what is stuffing? Let me tell you about it. Stuffing is a mixture of usually vegetables, meats, or fruits, bread, spices, herbs, put into the cavity of a turkey or a chicken, and then you bake the bird with the stuffing in it. It was first around in the Middle Ages, and it was known as farce, from the Latin word farcire and the French word farcir, which means to stuff. And it was usually made of force meat, which I don't really know what that is, but I think it involved the bits, little bits and the things. You know it and you show it, but not me because I'm making a vegetarian stuffing. Let's just get started. First step, bread cubes. Get yourself a big loaf of bread, a little under 10 cups of chopped up bread cubes. I cut them up yesterday so that they would dry out a little bit. We're actually going to use brown butter twice in this recipe. What is brown butter? Well, I'll tell you. Brown butter, also known as beurre noisette, which literally means hazelnut butter, but is loosely translated to mean brown butter. It's unsalted butter that has been melted over low heat in a pan so it separates into its two parts, butter fat and milk solids, and the milk solids start to brown. And it's called brown butter, and it tastes really nutty and warm and delicious. And we're gonna make some brown butter, and then we're gonna toss it with the bread cubes and toast them in the oven. So let's do it. Start with the saucepan. I've got about 4 tablespoons of butter here. It might be too much, it might be too little. We'll never know until we do it. Heat the pan on low heat, and you really need to watch this so that it doesn't get too brown, you know? Did I mention you should preheat your oven to 350? Here we go. The solids have separated, so it's going to be a matter of seconds. And just spread it out in the pan and you can coat it together more evenly. Season the top with some salt and pepper. And we're going to put these in the oven for about 15 minutes. I probably should try one just to make sure that they taste okay. Fennel! It's a perennial herb, and it's got sort of a licoricey flavor or an anise flavor because anise and fennel both come from anethol, which is something, I don't even know. It's also got various medicinal uses, and in Indian cultures and in ancient Rome, it was thought to be really good for your sight. We're just going to use this bottom part, so we're just going to dice it all up like we would an onion. To this butter, we will add 1 medium onion diced, and all of that fennel, 1 medium bulb of fennel. Now that the onions are about halfway done, we're going to add 1 tablespoon of chopped sage. Get yourself another saute pan. And for fruit, I've decided to add cranberries, fresh cranberries, and Granny Smith apples. I thought that they would be not only a good textural addition, but the sweetness and tartness of both of them would really balance out the flavors of the butter and the fennel. 1 Granny Smith apple diced, and I left the skin on so that it would have some color. And 1 cup of chopped up fresh cranberries. Just about a half tablespoon of sugar to balance out the tartness. Now that fruit's gonna need a little more assistance cooking. Boil them up in a little bit of white wine. Good. on top. Let's mix it all together. 2 wooden spoons will do the trick, I assume. So we're done for today. We're gonna cover this and leave it in the refrigerator. I'll see you on Thursday when we incorporate the stock, an egg. See you then. It's Thanksgiving, everyone, and now I'm gonna finish making the stuffing. Here it is. I've moved it into a larger bowl. Preheat your oven to 350. Here I have about 1.5 cups of vegetable stock. You could use chicken stock. I'm using vegetable stock because Sal over there is a vegetarian. We're just gonna heat this gently. Okay, so next what we'll do is add an egg. Whiskey the whole time so the egg doesn't scramble. Pour this on top of the stuffing and we'll gently toss it all together. At this point we should add some salt and pepper. Get yourself a big casserole pan and we'll pour it on in. We have one last step. We're gonna make a little bit more brown butter to drizzle on top. Happy Thanksgiving. The stuffing is all done.
I can smell the sage.
I haven't really tasted the fennel yet.
Not really. Like the fennel has a sweetness to it, other than the onions.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
know?
that's true.
Onions.
And I think I do sense the nuttiness from the brown butter throughout, which is nice. We're gonna enjoy our feast now.
Yay!
I hope you enjoyed yours. Thanks for watching. And happy Thanksgiving.
I was born in Michigan, and I wish and wish again that I was back in the time.